Okay, I like grade 12, so I'm busy with perspective drawing and I'm on page 4.2. So we just learn how to draw the circle and how we have to draw the circle when it's on the top view and not in the front like the previous page. So again, they say they give us 3 views of a model. They give us the paper plane, which is this one. They give us the horizontal line, and they also give us the SP points, the standing point and the ground line, and then the 2 views and the top view as well. Okay, so again, I'm just going to start by getting my vanishing points, and we have to go and look which angle is used. Okay, so for my left vanishing point, I'm going to use my 60 degrees, and I'm going to start from the standing point, and I only will draw a line from here and then down. So that will be my left vanishing point. And then the same on this side. I will use the 30 degrees triangle because the top view is with the 30 degrees. And I will just draw a construction line over here because my triangle is too short, and then I will just draw a line there till it reach the paper plane, and then just downwards till it reach the horizontal line. So tot wanneer dit die horizontale lyn raak, en dan moet jy skryf regter verdwyn punt. So you have to write right vanishing point. Okay, so then I'm going to start with the block. So we can see that the block touched the ground line and here as well. So that will be on the ground line. So I'm going to take that point down. Okay, and I can see that it does align with the SP. And this won't always be the case. Your SP can like be here, it can change, it can be under the ground line. This can move anyway, anywhere on the page. So don't just think that because your SP is now at the bottom of the page, it should align with this corner. So it shouldn't, okay? But in this case it does. So I'm just going to draw just a construction line, okay? And then also I'm just going to bring this part to here. I'm not going to draw a lot of construction lines because otherwise with the circle there's a lot of construction. So the less I have on the page, the better, okay? So I draw just that part, the top part, okay? And then I'm just going to draw this to the right vanishing point. Just make sure that you don't get confused with this point and this point. That's why it's very important to label your vanishing point. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a construction line that goes to the right vanishing point, and then the same to the left vanishing point. Okay, and then the same with the total height of that block. So ek vat maar net die hoogte van die blok ook. Okay, so nou kan ons sien ons het klaar hierdie 2 sye, wat as ons gaan kyk in die boaansig is, hierdie 2 sye is. Ons wil weet waar stop die sye, so dan gaan kyk jy, hierso is die 2 punte waar het stop. This is the 2 corners where that side stops. So we have to go and draw this to our standing point. Ons moet daai vat na ons staanpunt toe, en dan bring ons dit af. So we have to take it down, and then we'll know where the block stops. Okay, so I'm just going to take this corner over here, just draw it to the standing point. Don't extend the line, it should just stop at your paper plane. So the first line, and then the same with this other one as well. Okay, so just bring it down, and then I'm just going to bring it down to where the block stops. I'm also not going to draw a construction line through, just from here to there, and the same over here. Okay, then I'm gonna draw, it's not necessary that you draw now this line at the back because the circle is still gonna be there, but if you want to, it's fine to see where the block is. Okay, so there is that base. Okay, so we're finished with that. Now I'm going to start with the circle, but the thing is, this is how the perspective drawing is going to look like. So it's looking like this, and then I'm going to see the top part of the circle. It's going to come down like that, and then I'm going to see the bottom part, but I'm not going to see the whole part of that bottom part. So the only way where I'm going to see the whole circle is at the top. So I'm going to start with the top, so that I can just go, and if I get all my points over there, I can just go and bring it down with the same thickness that circle is, and then I can get those bottom points. Okay, so let's start with the top. We already have the circle over here, so there's different ways to work with it. You can just work with height lines, so jy kan met hoogtelyne werk wat jy afbring en dan vat jy dit staanpunt toe, of jy kan net werk met hoogtelyne wat albei kante toe gaan, so dit gaan 60 grade hierdie kant toe en 30 grade hierdie kant toe. Ek gaan nou vir julle wys. So if you're working with just height lines, so I'm gonna do this one just with a height line. So that means that I'm going to take this point, this is where the circle starts, so I'm going to take that 60 degrees down, okay, and then I'm also just going to take the same point 30 degrees down, okay. Then I'm going to take that 60 degrees line where it touched the paper plane, I'm going to bring it down to where this part, where the top part of the circle is. So it means I'm going to draw a line over here so that I know where the top part of the circle is. Okay, so this is where it stops. Okay, and then the same with my 30 degrees line, I'm bringing it to the same line, so the top part of that circle. Okay, because this one is going 30 degrees, it means that it must go to the line, the vanishing point, which is also 30 degrees, and it means it goes to the right vanishing point. So I'm going to take this one to the right vanishing point. Okay, and then this one is the 60 degrees, so I'm going to take that one to the left vanishing point. Okay, and where that two connects, so waar daai twee punte by mekaar kom, dit is daardie punt. Okay, so you can do that if we divide our circle into 12 pieces. We can do it with each point. Take it to the 30, or draw a 30 height line and a 60 degrees height line. Okay, so you're going to do it with all of them. Okay, I'm just going to quickly just divide the circle so that you can see. That one is already a horizontal one. Okay, so there is all my pieces of the circle. Okay, so I can do it as well with the next one. So I can either just take this one 30 degrees and take this one again 60 degrees and bring it to the same line. So I'm bringing it down again to this line. So if I'm working with the 60 degrees line, it must go to the 60 degrees vanishing point, which is the left one. So I'm just going to take this one to the left vanishing point. And then I'm going to do the same with the 30 degrees one. Bring it down to that same line. And take it to your right vanishing point, because that was where the 30 degrees line was. So then you can go and see where these two lines connect. That is where your point of that is where that point of the circle will be. So we have that one and we have that one now. Okay, and then it's the same. We already have this line, which is also aligned with the one at the back. So if we just draw a line from here, that is also aligned. So we can either just take this one to the standing point or just carry on with what we're doing, taking it 30 degrees. bringing it down to the same line. If you see that your line doesn't end up with that one, just extend your line. And then because this is 30 degrees, take it to your 30 degrees vanishing point, which is then your right one. Okay, so it means on this line where that line crosses, that will be your next point. Okay, so I already have, I'm just going to mark it. I already have this one, and this one. Okay, so you can carry on and do it with all the points on the circle. Or the other way you can do it is just to draw one height line. So om net een hoogtelyn te trek, maak nie saak of dit hierdie ene is of die 30 grade een nie. So it can either be the 60 degrees one or the 30 degrees one. Okay, so if I'm just using one height line, my method will be just to use this one, bring it also down again to this line. So there that is. Because I use the 60 degrees line, I still have to take it to the left vanishing point. So I'm going to take it to the left vanishing point. Okay, so now I have the line on which this point must be. So I can either go again and draw a 30 degrees line, bring it down, and then get the point where they cross. Or the other way you can do it is just to take your ruler or triangle and just use your standing point. This one over here. Just use that and draw a line from that point to the standing point. And where that one, if you're drawing it down, where that connects, that will be where your point will be. So using your standing point is usually to get the position on the line. Okay, height lines is used to get the plane and ja, soos die vlak waarop dit moet wees. Okay, so I already have this one now. Okay, so for the one at the back, instead of going and drawing another height line and bringing it down and again taking it to the vanishing point, I'm also just going to start by drawing that one, taking it down to the standing point and bringing it down on that same line. So I'm not also just going to draw a line through. I'm just going to, I know it's on that line, so I'm just going to make a mark on that line. Okay, for me, I use this method, the second method, the most because it's there's much less construction. So with your height lines, you have to show a lot of construction because it goes this way, it goes that way, it goes down, and it has to go across. So with this one, I only use one height line, bring it down, and just go and get my use my standing point to get the position on the line. Okay, so you'll be able to see if I'm going to do it again with the next two, which is in the center. So I'm going to do this. Also just use the 60 degrees one, bring it down, and again you can take it the 30 degrees from here to the 30 degrees as well, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to use the 60 degrees, bring it down, and then just take it to the left vanishing point. Okay, so again, there is the line where my points must be on. So I'm just going to take both of these to the standing point. So I'm just going to take this one and that one at the back because both of them will be on the same line. Bring that to the standing point and then just bring it down to the line which we just drew, and that was this one. So on this line. Okay, so there we can see where that one comes down on this line. You can just follow the lines. Okay. And then the same for the next one. So these two will again be on the same line. bring it down again to that height of where the circle is. Okay, so it's still on that one, and just draw a line to the left vanishing point again. Okay, so I know there must be 2 points on this line, so I'm just taking again this one to the standing point, and that one at the back also just to my standing point. Okay, and where they come down on this line, which I just drawn, that will be the 2 marks on the line. Okay, so there is that 2, and then we only have to do 3 more. So just take this one, again 60 degrees down. I'm also just going to draw this one as well, and I'm taking firstly the one with the 2 points on, so I'm taking it down, taking it back to the vanishing point, the left one. So on this line again, where these two goes to the standing point, that will be the marks on that line. Okay, so just bring it down on the same line. You will be able to see that this method uses much less construction. Okay, you will also get all your construction. If I just saw that you did, if we see this construction on your page, we give you the construction marks, so you will get all your construction marks for this. Okay, and then just the last one is to bring this one down as well, and again to the left vanishing point. Okay, we can also just see that instead of just bringing that one to the standing point, if we already have this line where the first one which we drawn, and that is going to the left vanishing point, we will be able to see that that will also align, and there is my circle. So I'm just going to zoom in. Now we can use our French curve. So if you don't have a French curve, you can use a flexi ruler as well. So we just have to go and connect that. So I just want to fix this part. Okay, so there is my circle. Okay, so now what I can do is I can just use the sides. This is where it stops, the circle. I'm just going to draw a line from there and there as well. Okay. And then we can also just use the front ones. So I'm going to start again with this one, this line over here. I'm just going to zoom out again. Okay. So the circle starts at this line. So I'm just going to draw this line now. And then we can use the same height line. So it was that line. Just bringing it down to the second line, and then all I have to do is take that to the left vanishing point. So now I know where this line goes down on that line, that is going to be where that point, that was the one at the end, so where that one comes down on this line, that will be my point on the line. So the next two ones is with the second height line, so it's that one. So again, I already have the construction from it, but I'm just bringing it down to the second line, and then I'm just taking it again to the left vanishing point. So bring the next two points down to that line. So over here, that is the next two. Okay. And then you carry on and do it with this next two again, but only it's going to be now on the front. So I'm using this height line, just bring it down to the second line and take it to the left vanishing point. So it means this one is going down to the line we just drew. So that will be where the point will be. And then the one in the center, we use that line, so it's this height line, bring it down to the second line, so it's on this one, take it to the left vanishing point, and just bring the center one, which is this one, the next one, down to that second line. And then we take the next one, and that will be the one next to the center line, so it's this line over here. Take that one down to the second line, again take it to the left vanishing point and bring that next mark down to that line. And then your last one, the last one will be this one, which I will see, and I'm going to take that one down. Again, bring it to the left vanishing point, and then just take that one down. So it looks like, yeah, okay. So then we can just go and draw the lines. So I'm just going to extend this one to there. Okay. And then just use your French curve to go and connect all those so that it looks like a circle again, or half circle. I think this one is a little bit odd. Okay, and then just draw that line. And there is, I just messed a little bit up there, but that's okay. So there's the circle in perspective, and then you can just go and darken the rest of your box. Okay, so there is my perspective drawing of 4:2.